People who've fallen in love with the same person twice? What happened? I was planning to propose to the girl of my dreams that night and made sure everything was perfect. I took her out to dinner at her favorite restaurant, made sure the camera crew was waiting at our favorite spot. She was so happy. I was feeling the ring box in my pocket as I watched her dance down the street, and I was so in love. I couldn't wait to ask her to be my wife. But then, as she was twirling on the sidewalk, I saw her suddenly light up. There were bright white lights coming towards her, and when I turned around and saw the headlights coming straight towards her, they weren't gonna swerve out of the way, and the truck was gonna hit her. Everything was in slow motion. I tried to push her out of the way, but I only had a few seconds. The F350 was right in front of me, and as I tried to cover her with my body, I felt it slam into my back. It hit us at 30 miles per hour, and we both flew 15 feet before we hit the concrete. I didn't know where I was, and didn't even care my leg was broken. I used all the strength I had to get up and limp over to her. She was laying there, her pretty white dress covered in dirt, and when I kneeled over her, I just looked at her face. I could hear the truck driver yelling at us, people asking if we were okay, but none of that mattered. I was just looking at my girl, and I saw her look back at me. She smiled, and that was the last thing I remember before I lost consciousness. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in the hospital bed, and when I remembered what happened, I instantly asked the nurse where she was. She tried to tell me to lay back down, but I begged her to tell me she was okay. She told me I just needed rest, but I didn't care. As soon as she left the room, I grabbed the crutches and snuck out. I found what room she was in, and I hobbled down the hospital hallways until I saw the room. When I looked through the window, I saw both of her parents crying. They were sitting next to her in bed, but I couldn't see her. I was about to walk inside when someone grabbed my shoulder. I turned around and saw the doctor. He asked, "Are you her boyfriend?" I nodded yes, and he told me before I went in there was something I should know. He told me she hit her head really hard and in a very specific way, that she was having memory loss. What do you mean? Like she can't remember how to do math or something? But we both looked in the room. I realized why her parents were crying and knew she didn't remember them. I took a deep breath and went inside. She was laying there, completely covered in bruises and wires, but I didn't care. She still looked so beautiful. I looked at her and felt the tears in my eyes. But when she looked back, I could tell she didn't recognize me. I said, "Hey, beautiful," but she just looked at me weird. Then out of nowhere, she smiled. "Hey, you're weird looking." I laughed. "But you're cute." And in that moment, I couldn't resist. I kissed her, and the moment I did, her jaw dropped. She started blushing and said, "Oh my God, the cute guy kissed me." Then I did it again, and her world exploded. We started dating all over again, and even though she still doesn't have any memory before that day, we're making new ones.